Hello, my name is Fabio Pedrotti. I'm here to introduce you in the world of our mobile grain dryers. Today, we will see the main operation needed to dry crops with a mobile grain dryer. Since the process in an automatic grain dryer nowadays consists only in pressing a couple of buttons and do not need any tutorial, today we will explain the manual mode on a PTO machine. In general, it is possible to describe how the batch grain dryers work, dividing the process in 10 phases. 1. Set the dryer. The first thing to do is parking the dryer and preparing it to work. So we will join the PTO shaft to the dryer.
Lower the feet and the loading auger using the opposite winches. Then lift the central auger and the screens.
It is possible to lift this component with our standard winches or with the optional hydraulic lift that we are seeing in this video. 2. Turn on the control panel. Once the dryer is up, we will turn it on. On the control panel, you will see a blue lever, turning clockwise from the O position to the 1. Now your Pedrotti is on and ready to dry. 3. Choose your crop's kind and your target temperature. Decide and set the crop's kind you've decided to dry. It is a very easy operation due to the user-friendly interface on our control panel. It can be fitted either with the Siemens TD, Siemens KTP700 touchscreen or 4.0 Aisin Pedrotti HMI. On this dryer, we are looking at our standard electronic control. So, it is a Siemens TD. While setting the crop's kind, we can, of course, change the air temperature and the crop temperature. That is the real target to reach at the end of the drying session, corresponding to specific moisture content in the crop. The machine will remember your choice and retains it inside its memory. Okay, now the crop is set, and so we can start the fourth operation. 4. The loading phase. On an automatic grain dryer, all the needed preparation from now on can be performed by the Pedrotti, both on its own automatically for a chosen number of batches or in manual modality as preferred. On other machines, such as the PTO machines we are watching, all the other processes must be guided manually by the operator. The loading phase is the crop's intake from the loading auger. To activate it on a PTO dryer, we need to lower the side red loading lever. By doing this, the crops will flow inside the machine, transported by the auger system with a toroidal movement, filling the grain dryer. In our electric dryers, when the optional top-level sensor is inside the machine, the loading auger will stop automatically when the dryer is full. On a PTO dryer or manual electric one instead, it will be stopped manually by the operator. 5. Cleaning. While the loading auger will stop, the recirculation process will continue. This is the moment in which, when available, the optional dust extractor is turned on by the operators. All the dust and impurities inside the crops will immediately start to be pushed outside the dryer into the cyclone that decreases the dust speed and consents to gather all the impurities inside a sack, a trailer, or simply on the ground. Once that the recirculation process and the cleaning process are running, it is time for the next phase. 6. Fan start. In order to turn on the fan on an electric dryer, it's enough pressing the fan button on the control panel. While in a PTO machine, the fan starts with a shaft movement, and so we have to open the metal closing on it. Once that the sensor feels that the fan is open, it gives the input to the burner to work. 7. Burner ignition. On a Pedrotti dryer, it is really easy to start a burner, and the optional Pedrotti burner does not even need any kind of regulation. 8. Drying. Once the dryer has started the heating process, whose timing depends on the crop's kind, moisture level, and on the presence of dirt, it will be constantly possible to maintain the total control over the dryer by just checking the thermostat mounted on board of a machine or in the touchscreen panels. A massive set of safety systems is present on board of the machine to ensure operators and owners that the risk of fire accident and of ruining the crops with a bad drying session is not present at all in a Pedrotti. You can check all our standard safety systems in this introducing video by clicking here, or just continuing watching this video playlist. 9. Cooling. When the crop will be cleaned and dried at the requested moisture content, the machine will know that the crop is ready to be cooled down. The internal PLC will automatically stop the burner and to start the cooling phase. If you check the thermostat, it is possible to know when the cooling process is over, so you will be able to start the last phase. 10. Unloading. To unload the clean dried crops inside a bin, a trailer, elevator, or wherever it's needed, just turn the unloading chute wherever needing and pull the unloading rope. The crop will immediately start flowing and empty the dryer. Now that everything is done, it is possible to start another batch, following the same fast and simple steps until the end of the season. Thanks for watching and keep on drying.